Welcome back everybody to another episode of Banished with me, Vapor. Wow, I take a few days away from Banished and things happen. We waited how many months for Banished 1.05 or point, I don't know quite how they work these decimals out on that one. I get mixed up between that and Colonial Charter, but I think he said, it must have been like November time. Yeah, 1.5 will be out in a week. And we're now in May, and it came out, and within a matter of days we have 0.6 now. My god, he's clearly busy. But the positive side to that is there's been many debates over the pasture and the orchards about not having roads, but as we can already see, he's made it just like the crop fields, so they literally drop the goods on the pasture now. Which is brilliant, which means we can put roads all the way around, we don't have to worry about it, we don't have to lose sleep over it, and we most certainly don't have to have any more debates over it, as fun as they were. So, what are we going to do in this episode? Well, before I started the episode, I put in all the fences around these, and actually I think it does look good. I don't regret that at all. Thank you very much, Kralyug, for making those edge fences, because I think they are fantastic. And one thing I noticed while I was doing this, and they say it's always in the details, well, what do you make of that? That's nothing to do with me, obviously. I think RedKetchup's having a bit of a giggle with himself there. Meat and nuts. I'm not going to say any more on that. We'll leave that to your imagination, and we'll see just how warped your minds are. So we will swiftly move on. Right, we have a farm supply sat here. We are looking at... Oh, I've reloaded the game, so I'm going to have to reselect everything that I wanted. So, we need plums. Something, I'm pretty sure you can make beer with those. So we're going to take plums. We're also going to take grapes, because I'm guessing they should grow in this environment. We're going to take orange seeds, because I think some of the best oranges I've ever tasted come from California. So we'll assume that they'll be okay in this hot environment. Lettuce we might take at some point. What else were we looking for? I'm sure there was something else in here. Sunflower seeds, grapes. Maybe there wasn't. I'm sure there was coffee. Or did I just... I asked it to bring it next time. There we go. So... don't know if we've quite got enough in here at the moment. I do need to build some more statue carvers, because we've got more stone than we've got statues at the moment, so that is one thing we need to tackle. Oh, we're not far off that, are we? 130. Well, if you put one of those in, 120 units, so let's drop that to 1880. There we go. The maths does work from time to time. Okay, so we've sorted that out. I should say we sorted. God, I'll tell you something. You can tell it's holiday season. It's not very often you hear planes going over where I live. I'm not a million miles away from Stansted Airport, so I'm guessing that's the airport that's causing the air traffic. But never really hear a plane ever until recently, and I guess people are starting to go on holiday now. So I do apologise if that's in the background. I do try to record some of my videos in the evening. It's a little quieter outside, but I'm off today. So I thought, well, why not? Let's make some videos. And seeing as most people voted on my Twitter poll for the next game, I gave an option of Stellaris, Ark Survival, and the Forest. And the vote basically went in the direction of the Forest. I didn't get a single vote for Stellaris, which I found quite interesting, really. There's a few votes for Ark. Some of the comments in the actual video that I posted are up, asking for opinions. Someone said Rust, which I haven't looked at. So there is lots of options. I just want to do something that takes me away from this city building a little bit, because it just helps my brain stay fresh when it comes to ideas. that's kind of why I've not done an episode of City Skylines. I have lots of ideas in my head, but when you just religiously play city games, I don't know, it kind of burns you out a little bit, and I don't want to get burnt out from Banished, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Although I am aware, apart from Stellaris, the other two are kind of a building game of sorts, but kind of different. So let's have a look. Remove resources, so we can see. So hopefully we'll get coffee beans soon, and we can start getting this going. My only request is, and I think this is to Shock Puppet. I don't think this is Kraliug, but I'm pretty sure Shock Puppet does the crops. Can we have tea? I know it's a coffee house, but all coffee houses do hot chocolate and tea as well. Just because I think we need it. Although who would drink coffee in this hot environment? Although I guess those people that like coffee will drink it no matter the weather anyway. Right, so we've got our statue carvers in. That's one job. I did add another mod as well. I've mentioned it myself a couple of times, but I know Noble Rambler's mentioned it about some kind of water features or something, because we have got lush grass. And although the river's here, maybe we could have something. Now, I'm not too sure where it's going to be hidden amongst all these things. So we're going to have to a little bit of a look around. Sorry, I'm waiting for those seeds. So oh, forgot about this chap. Well, let's put one person in for now. We're short of hull components, so we need to buy those. Right, where is it going to be? It could be absolutely anywhere, or maybe I've just not loaded it up. Aha, there we go, that's why. Let's try that again. Hopefully, it doesn't crash my game. There we are. That should make a world of difference. The question is, though, where is it? It's still going to be hiding somewhere. Aha, there it is. Build your own canal. Well, this is a very smaller version of the RedKetchup one. I've not actually seen it built yet, because as you can tell, I didn't have it loaded. But I've seen pictures of it. We might have to terraform the land a little bit looking at that. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how we're going to put this in, because there isn't a bridge to go over it, and I'm not sure if they can walk through it. I would have liked it to come in here a little bit, but we're not going to get away with that, and obviously there's no bridge to go over, so I'm not too sure how we're going to apply this. Because I think, well, we have the dead end, so maybe if we just... Sorry, my brain is just working here. I'm just trying to think how we're going to decorate. Okay. We'll do a row of this. And I can't go all the way across the map, because it's going to block potentially a part of the map off. We'll see once it's built. What does it take? Is it just stone? Okay. So we need to do something with this as well. I think we might actually use some of these coloured paths as well. I'm not too sure. They can look nice, but I don't know. Can we do something nicer with them? I'm almost tempted just to change the colour of the road, like the brick, to have a different pattern. I think that'll look nicer. I'm not completely against the coloured roads, but I'm not sure. I know we don't have bricks at the moment, so these won't build, but yeah, I don't know. I think I need a little bit more convincing. I like what Skystorm did with them, I must admit. But again, I don't know if it's the actual colour of them, or they stand out like a sore thumb. I guess that just bothers me a little bit. With the kind of OCD that I have, I think once I have it in my head that it doesn't look right, it's going to remain that way. Okay, brick road. I can't remember. We'll see what this looks like. It might... Oops. It might look completely wrong. Actually, we'll take the brick road out. And we might just go straight back to the sandstone road. And we're going to put kind of seating areas in here, some plants. I just want it to be some kind of town square, but I want it quite open and quite spacious as much as I can make it. Pause the game a second, just because if that's the trader with seeds, we can't miss that one. Yeah. I think this could look quite cool. Definitely loving the extra stuff that we've got from RedKetchup. And I guess one of my only try that one again. One of my only requests for 1.7 when it finally comes out would definitely be more ghost items and more visual stuff, because I think you can tell I'm bypassing a lot of the buildings in Colonial Charter that they've added. This is just food. Because I can literally trade for anything I want, I don't have half of the buildings that you have in here. They're just, if I literally build them, it's because I like the look of the building. It's not because I need them. So they're pretty redundant for me. And I guess that's not the way for everyone. Not everyone is going to have I can't even speak today. You can tell I've not done this for a few days. Everyone's economy is different. Some people do it via trade. Some people just love the idea of having fields everywhere and growing their own crops. And I get that, but to me this makes it somewhat easy, I guess. Once you've got something like these, like 250 a go, I think they are. Yeah, and then statues are 70, because they're worth so much. It makes it a lot easier. I mean, you could kind of say, this field makes me laugh. Maybe the things we trade for are worth too much, so maybe when they do 1.7, they need to lower the value of items, and then it would force people like myself to build the extra buildings and have the extra economy going. I don't know. Kraljug, what's going on with this field? Yeah. So I don't know. That's just the way my mind works. This almost feels a little bit like an easy mode for me. But yeah, I don't know what everyone else is thinking, and I'm quite happy for it to be this way because it leaves me free to get on with what I'm doing. Right, so I'm thinking we're going to do... I know these are slightly different sizes, but I'm going to put some chairs, some plants, and things like some trees. Oh, we need to fix that because that's going to bother me. I'm loving these squares, by the way. These are an absolute genius idea because you can't put a road in this square, but you can put one of these. Now the only thing is they are slightly different, unfortunately. I think you've just got to get them right. So if I want the one there, you can still see that kind of faded edge. I suppose it's kind of like a feathered look. But if you get the road in the right direction like that, you can put one there. And then you put one here on top of the road. And nobody's the wiser. Nobody can tell I've done that. Look at that. Fantastic. That's my top tip for today. Although most of you probably already know it. But for those of you that don't, completely seamless. Brilliant, that's what we like. So let's do the same over here. And there as well. It's all about the rotation of the actual square. As long as you get the rotation right, it will blend in without anybody being able to tell that you've done it. Fantastic. I do like these fountains. I really, really, really wish there was running water, because if these were animated, that'd be brilliant. I mean, there is some kind of animation in the game when you think about it, because the water itself does move, and all the people and the animals, but a lot of the buildings are very static. They have smoke, which is cool, but there's no real animations in the game. The water wheel doesn't move. and things like that, which is a shame. I don't know if the game can't handle that, or whether the actual developer of the game just didn't have the time or the knowledge to do it. I'm not sure. But that would have made it a little bit nicer. And hopefully when the Blackliquid team kind of get on with whatever game they're making, they might actually have stuff like that. We do the same in here. I don't know. Do we have stuff? We do have that road. Oh, I could slightly cheat, couldn't I? Could put this in. Although the road isn't there yet, we could place it on top. Quite possibly. Right, let's get this fence finished. I'm doing a lot of talking today and not a lot of work. It's not good, is it? I hope you're all enjoying 1.62 as well, because I've had a quick look on Steam and I can see a fair amount of people have downloaded it already, which I find fascinating because it has been out for quite a while, and you could get it from the Colonial Charter website. But I guess, even though for someone like myself I am quite good with computers, it's fairly easy just to download it and install it yourself, but not everybody's that way inclined. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, does it? It looks a bit weird on its own. The question is, can they walk over it? Not too sure they can, so I'd have to be very careful. What I could do with is some kind of like a pond on the other end of it, kind of like this, but maybe more like I'm thinking like a spring, so something a little bit. Let's have a look. Because at the moment it's just going to kind of look like a water trough when you think about it. I think it's something kind of along the lines of this, but with it filled with water, with some trees on it, or even just blank, and I can put my own trees. Just make it like a natural spring. Or even like a little, same sort of thing with a little bit of a mound on it, so it looks like the water's coming out of the ground. Or even a well that would attach to the end of it. It'd have to be the right sort of well. I don't know. It needs something. It just looks a little bit weird. Just what have we got? What's the well look like? No, I'm not feeling that. There is a water tower. I wonder how that will look. Ooh, my goodness, completely out of place. It's too big, isn't it, I think? I do like it, but it's absolutely massive. I've never seen a water tower, so maybe they are huge. I know they have a lot of them in America, but I've never seen one. What about the one that comes with Colonial Charter, I wonder? Oh, it's around the end. I'm going for everything. That one's a little bit better. I do like the fact that I can actually line that up right next to it. It almost looks like the pipe is going into it. Could we say? No, it doesn't rain though, does it? I was thinking, could we say that's catching the water and putting it in? But I mean, we could have these at the side. Make it look like it's an irrigation system. So we could. Oh, we could do a lot of things. I'm thinking so many things. I wonder if we put, say, one here and one here. All the different colours. I never knew that before. And if we take away, is the game still paused? No. If we take away these two here. I still want some kind of source for these. I think it needs kind of a pool of water on the end. I'm not too sure how to tackle that one at the moment. What am I looking for? Yeah, I mean, I can get that, just not quite right. It feels like it does need something. But we can put the water tower here, which is right next to it, and the pipe going into the ground. So we could say that there's some kind of underground irrigation system. I don't need to do it the whole way around, but we can pretend. We could do like little things sticking out that look like sprinklers, but at least it kind of answers the question as to where our water could be coming from. Okay. Excuse the silence there, my brain was too busy contemplating what I'm actually going to do. I have no idea how this is going to look. Flying by the seats of my pants, I think is the expression. I'm hoping it'll look good. This is my original idea, was to run roads down the side and have flowers either side because there's lots of water nearby. And I'm not sure I need to do it like this. I could probably still go with the road and have the water tower next to it, but we'll see how it looks. I could be onto a winner, I could be completely off the mark. Who knows? Right, statue carvers, they must be built by now. Yes. So we have 2 people in there, so 1, 2. We don't want to make him wood statues though, so we need to change that to stone. And stone again. So we have tons of the stuff. I think I upgraded one of the... Yep. That's done as well. Brilliant. How are we actually looking? Is this going to work? I'm so impatient today. I want results, goddammit. It's a shame there isn't a bridge, but that could be going underneath the road because the way it's sloped, I kind of like that. It could imply it's going underneath. Don't think we actually need people in here, do we? We'll put someone in anyway. Yeah. Decisions. I do need to download the greenhouse as well. That's the other thing I need to get. The water doesn't look too bad in it. Ah, the ladder's here, so I'll completely fluff that anyway. I don't know, what do you guys think? Because I'm a little bit unsure about where we're going with this. I don't know if to rotate this around and have the fence coming this way and having it as a part of there. But I like the idea of this pipe going into the grass. Because I do believe, I mean, I know it makes no difference to the game, but just the way my mind works, there could even be, in these sort of times, some kind of underwater irrigation system. Underwater? Underground, there we go. So I kind of like this, but maybe we don't need this little bit here and we could just carry on with the paths like I was going to do in the first place. Are you liking the little canals that are supplying water? I mean, I don't know, lots of questions. Just as you usually do, let me know in the comments what you actually think about it and kind of point me in the right direction because I'm a little bit stumped on this one. I might get there eventually, but you guys are full of fantastic ideas, so let me know. So until next time, as always, take care.